Hey, what's up everybody? It's Patrick and I got a haircut, but that is not relevant at all. What is relevant is Kony 2012. Before I start talking about this, I just want to say I know everybody is going to get all panties in a knot, furious at me. I'm going to get all this hate and just whatever. This is my opinion. I'm stating facts, how I see it. So let's go. So if you're not familiar with Kony 2012, it's basically like there's this guy in Africa who's this really awful person, which is actually true, and I guess he's like killing people and raping them and doing all this awful things and is behind all this terrible stuff and fighting in wars and everything. He is a legitimate terrible person that is terrorizing people in Africa. So now you're pretty interested. You're like, man, this is a pretty bad guy. What Kony 2012 is doing is basically bringing awareness to this issue, and what they're doing is like they're spreading the word and they're making everybody know, like, hey, we gotta know more about this guy. Everyone has to be aware because he's a terrible person and his crimes need to be, his crimes need to be known. So far, it seems like a pretty good idea. It's a good thing. And if it stopped at this, I'd say, hey, sounds good to me. Getting rid of this guy, whatever. However, the thing that sticks out to me in this is that you can pay $30 to buy a Kony 2012 kit, which comes with like a t-shirt and posters and maybe some other stuff to support the cause. Alright, so people are gonna hear how awful this is, and being a normal person, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this sucks, this is terrible, we gotta make the world a better place, rah rah rah, yay, good stuff. And then they're gonna be like, hey, it's only $30, you know what, I gotta support the cause, I gotta donate and get me a Kony 2012 kit. Cause then it's gonna stop this bad guy that nobody knows about. So there's your background information, that's what it's all about, that's why people are gonna be supporting it. Now this thing is freaking exploding. They had it on my school announcements, there's all these people on YouTube making videos about it, like it is growing exponentially. So I've done some research and I gotta say, there is reasonable evidence to suggest that Kony 2012 is the biggest scam ever. Yeah, Kony 2012, it's a scam. If you're stupid enough to think for a second that your money's actually like, you're like an awesome person because you're doing this, no, just be real here for a second. So according to this organization, more like business, this guy named Kony is not very well known and nobody knows about him, and that's why we need to get the word out so everybody can hear about him. Okay, let's be realistic here. Major flaw. If this guy was such a terrible person and such a big deal, I'm pretty sure America would know about it. Because honestly, America, like, you guys know everything. You are like all knowing in anything that happens in the world. And if you were like, you know what, I don't like this guy, I'm pretty sure you could take him out. If you can take down Osama bin Laden, you can take down this Kony guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You guys could take him out. America could take him out if they wanted to. Trust me, Americans already knew about this guy. Another reason why this is such a scam is, alright, so let's think here. You're paying $30 to buy a kit which is gonna support getting the word around and stopping this guy. So let's think about this. There are 300 million people in America, there are 30 million people in Canada, and there are probably another ton load of people over in Europe. I'm not exactly sure numbers, but I know it's a lot. Let's say 1% of Americans decide, this is a good cause, let's do this. That's 3 million people. 3 million times 30 is 90 million. I don't even think I need to include Canada and Europe. If 1% of everyone in America donates, this is going to raise $90 million. Do we really need $90 million to stop this one guy? No. That's a lot of money. And maybe you want to argue that, okay, it's not to stop him, it's to spread the word around about him. What is that gonna do anyways? You know, like, I don't see what the point is of spreading the word if that's all you're gonna do. I'm pretty sure, like, this thing is designed to stop him. But if you have $90 million, I really don't think that $90 million is gonna go 100% to stop this buddy over in Africa. Again, this is a business. It's not a non-profit organization, it's a business. So if you want to go believing that you're doing this super awesome thing, participating, making the world a better place, you can go right ahead. Or you can actually think about this and say, you know, hey, maybe, just maybe they're just exploiting humanity's urge to make the world a better place. You know, people want to make the world a better place. It makes them feel like they've done something good, and it makes them feel like the world is actually a better place. Which is why this is so ingenious. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, Kony 2012 is stupid, it's not gonna work, it's like, I don't know why it's even there. I am gonna say that Kony 2012 is probably one of the biggest and most ingenious scams ever. Whatever group of people came up with this, like, power to you, because you're so smart. I wish I could have thought of something as smart as you, of exploiting, you know, people that want to give back to stuff, and really, you know, you're just taking their money. Okay, probably you actually are gonna go and, you know, stop this guy, but don't tell me for a second that, you know, you're gonna go and you're not, like, you know, you're gonna take some of that profit. You're gonna take some of that profit. You're gonna take a buttload of that profit. Let's be real here, man. Capitalism, right there, you know, you're gonna use as much money that you raised to go stop Buddy by selling t-shirts that were probably made in sweatshops over in China, and you're gonna take all this money and you're gonna be rich for the rest of your life. Like, seriously, that is a stellar plan. When you break it down, man, it's a scam. Everybody just, like, let's be real here. This, don't waste your money on this. Go waste your, okay, don't waste your money, but go put your money into, like, breast cancer or just cancer in general, or like global warming or something that's actually a problem. I don't want to come off like a complete jerk, so I'm not saying that stopping this guy isn't, like, gonna help the world, because it is. I'm just saying that it's not 100%, it's not 100% non-profit. Buddy's got an ulterior motive, that is obvious. So, like, just be serious here. Think before you go donating. So that's all I have to say to that. I enjoy reading all the comments of hate and how I'm wrong, and, you know, whatever else you want to throw at me, that I'm a faggot and I'm a dick sucker and an arsehole and a stupid Canadian that doesn't know anything. The facts are there. Choose to believe them. Choose not to. Save 30 bucks, whatever. Glad I got this off my chest.